hopefully you can see the slides that I've shared, and we'll go through some information, but the main focus of tonight is for you to be able to ask any questions that you would like to as well. If you have any questions that come up as we go through the information that we've got for you, feel free to stick them in the chat. Alison will be busy tapping away, answering as many as she can whilst we're going through the information. There will also be an opportunity for questions at the end. So we do have a video from Challenge17, which was the last time we were able to run a challenge event. I think at the busiest part of the event, we had round about 5,000 young people and adults from across Leeds and Wakefield at Bramham Park, enjoying a fantastic range of activities. Now, I'm not going to hit play on the video because it might not necessarily work over Zoom. However, I am going to just stick the link to that in the chat so that you can have a look at that should you wish to, or in fact I might ask Alison to do that if that's okay, Alison, because mine has disappeared, but we'll stick the link in the chat for you so that you can have a look at that video if you'd like to remind yourself of what an amazing event it was, and we had some fantastic weather for it as well. So how about this year's event then? Moving ourselves on, this is what we want to do for Challenge 23. This is our kind of vision and what our team are working towards. We want all young people who are attending the event to be able to experience a fun, challenging, exciting adventure with their friends, feeling safe, empowered and valued. And we want them to have that opportunity to develop skills and memories for life. The last bit is key as well, because we also want the event to be shaped by young people. It's really, really important that young people are able to feed into what we're doing and have their input into what we're doing so that we're not making decisions that maybe aren't the right ones for them. We want this event to be something that is really the best thing for them at the time. So there's our vision. Let's go on to how we're going to achieve that and what's going to happen at Challenge. The who, where and when. Our team is much bigger than these two people, but for now, because we don't have photographs of everybody, there's myself on there. I'm James. I'm the camp leader for Challenge 23, and Alison. You can see Alison's face on the Zoom video. She doesn't look like the picture on there, you'll probably see, but Alison is project managing Challenge 23. So between the two of us, we are leading the event, and we've got a team of around 10 other people who then have their own teams working with all sorts of people to make this event happen, because as you can imagine, with an event this big, there's a lot that goes into it. Where are we going? We're going back to Bramham Park. Bramham Park, for those who were at Challenge 17, is obviously where we were at that point. We are in the same place in Bramham Park as we were for Challenge 17, for those people who were there. If you don't know Bramham Park, it's on the northeast side of Leeds. It's a really, really nice place, lots and lots of open space, which is perfect for what we want to do. And you can see, well, you can see in a minute, an aerial view there of the part of the site that we use. So this is the kind of main entrance off Bramham Road into Bramham Park. If you can see I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. Alison's nodding, you can see my mouse cursor, perfect. And then we camp on these two fields up here, which are exactly the same as we had in 2017. And we run activities on this area down here. The only change that we've got this year is that we are hoping to provide some additional camping space just here where my mouse cursor is at the moment. For those of you who were at Challenge 17, that was the area where we parked cars for the event. So our hope is that we're able to park cars a little bit further back down here and use a little bit of this space up here for camping space. Now, what that means is, although our camping area will then be split over a couple of fields, it means that we're not having to put a cap on numbers, because what we really didn't want to do is prevent any young person from being able to attend. So we might well have some additional camping space up here. We'll of course provide all the necessaries in terms of water and all sorts if we do that up here as well. Moving on, what's it going to cost? We thought long and hard when we were planning the event this year about what we needed to charge in order to make the event happen. Obviously, everything at the moment is more expensive, and unfortunately, we can't get away from that. And so we've had to reflect that a little bit in the camp fees as well. Also, bearing in mind that we are obviously 3 years on from 2020, 6 years on from 2017. So things have gone up since then as well. So the prices are on here on the screen that you can see. What we are absolutely keen to say, though, is If you have young people in your group, families in your group who are finding or might find paying the camp fee difficult, please do encourage them to have that conversation with you, because we don't know your young people and you do, but then also have that conversation with your district, so that anywhere we are able to provide support, or districts are able to provide support, we can. It's worth highlighting as well, I know it's on the slide, the prices on here are the base costs for the event. So they don't include travel to the event, and they don't include catering either. This is not a centrally catered event. So some districts some districts are catering centrally, and some districts won't, and groups, it will be up to individual groups to cater for themselves. But the prices on here are for the event itself. So in terms of what to expect at Challenge, here's an outline program. We're not in a position to be able to release more information at the moment, because we are very, very busy planning all sorts of bits and pieces to fit in with our program, but a bit of an outline. So the event starts on Friday evening for those people who are attending for the full weekend. There will be probably a staggered arrival. So there will be particular arrival times depending on which district you are in, just so that we don't have thousands of people descending on a site at one particular time. There will be some surprise entertainment and activities. We are keeping our Friday night entertainment top secret, but it will have a wow factor. The opening ceremony for the event is on Saturday morning, and then we'll have a Saturday morning activity session. Activities will break for lunch, and there will be a form of entertainment on at lunchtime, which you'll be able to see whilst you're having your lunch. Saturday afternoon, we've got another activity session open, then it will be dinner time, and then a third activity session on the Saturday, which opens in the evening. On Sunday morning, we will wake up with a wake up, shake up activity to get us moving on a probably very tiring Sunday morning. And then we'll get activities going again. And the closing ceremony will take place just after Sunday lunchtime, so that you've then got plenty of time to sort out your campsites before home time. In terms of activities are split across these 6 zones that you can see on the slides at the moment. They are just kind of broad categories for us to put our activities in, for our activities team to be working around. But you can absolutely expect lots of wow factor, lots of big activities, but also some of the more traditional scouting stuff that we see at events as well. In terms of the entertainment, we've already talked about the Friday night surprise entertainment, but we can also count on things like campfires, bands, stage shows, all sorts of stuff that we are working on at the moment. Lots of things that will take place on our big stage to keep us entertained throughout the weekend as well. In terms of what we do to make this empty field that you can see on the slide hospitable, we have to pretty much put everything in. If you haven't attended a challenge event before, Bramham Park, where we use, is essentially at the moment an empty field, and we put in everything that we need to use. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like after we've done that, here we are. This was Challenge 17. And this was all of the groups camping, all of the infrastructure that we put in to make it into essentially a little village for us for the weekend. And here are some little facts for you. These are the kind of things that we are doing in order to make Bramham Park hospitable for us for the weekend. There is lots and lots and lots that goes into making it hospitable. It's a lovely, lovely place, but we add in toilets. We obviously add in some central drinking water for those who need power for districts that centrally cater, etc. We do arrange that. We don't tend to arrange power for individual groups, but districts who are running big catering appliances to cater for a whole district, we can support with things like that as well. But there's lots and lots and lots that goes into that. In terms of opportunities, one of the things that we're trying to work on a lot with this event, and we were also doing this for Challenge 20 when we were working towards that before, unfortunately, we then had to cancel that event due to COVID. We absolutely think it's really, really important that you are all looked after on the weekend, because you are the people that are helping us to make this event happen. So there will be a leaders coffee shop facility, just like we had at Challenge 17, where you will be able to go and get some hot drinks, chill out a bit, perhaps a little bit away from some young people if you just need 5 minutes. And hopefully also we'll be able to provide a phone charging facility in there as well. In terms of externally, Challenge is a fantastic opportunity for us to showcase scouting in Central Yorkshire to loads and loads of people who might be able to support us, whether us is the county, your district, or even your individual group in the future. So we do invite lots and lots of people to come and see the event who might be able to do that. And if you in your districts or your groups know of anybody who perhaps is influential in your community and might benefit from seeing the kind of thing that we're putting on for that weekend, there will be an opportunity for you to let us know in due course so that we can also invite them down to see what's going on, to showcase scouting as well. We are also in the process of contacting local companies for those two reasons that you can see on the slide. Number one, we are looking for sponsorship for the event. And number two, because lots of companies have volunteering programs, and we'd be really interested to hear from companies who might be interested in supporting the build up, the takedown, or maybe even during the event. So again, if you or someone you know works for or knows of a company that does something like this or would be interested in either of these opportunities, please do let us know. In terms of helping us to make this happen, if you are interested in getting involved, in addition to perhaps bringing your group along, now there's no pressure for you to do something extra, but we absolutely love to hear from people who would like to do something like that. We would love to hear from people who are interested in getting involved with helping with the setup and the takedown. So that week before the event, we tend to be on site from the Monday all the way through to the Friday when the event starts, getting the event set up. And we also tend to be there on the Monday after, sometimes the Tuesday after as well, getting everything taken down. So if you or anyone you know is interested in getting involved there, you are very welcome to. We will be opening booking for staff on the 1st of January 2023. Equally, if you're not coming with a group or you know of adults that aren't coming with a group but that are interested in getting involved with the event, we are always looking for people to get involved with the event service team. So they are involved with supporting the site over the weekend, making sure that you guys in your groups have everything that you need and that the young people have everything that they need in the right places for the event to happen. In terms of activities, we will do similar to what we've done previously, but it's really important that I kind of point out we are always learning from previous events when we've done this. We will be asking for support from groups and districts in terms of running activities. Now, those activities will generally be planned and they're in place, but we'll need bodies to help them to run. So we will have a rota system in place, which will involve your group, your district, supporting us with some adults every so often to run some activities so that we can make sure that those things do happen. In terms of logistical information for booking then, so hopefully you've seen at the moment, we have open what we call registration or expression of interest. What that is essentially a guide for numbers for us. We know that you won't know necessarily now which children will want to come, which young people will want to come on the event. Equally, people might not be able to commit this early on, but what is really, really helpful for us is a bit of an idea of the kind of numbers you might be expecting. And that really, really helps us with our planning in terms of making sure that we've got everything that we need at the event. So expression of interest is open now. You can fill in an expression of interest on the online system. Somebody in your group will have been sent a code from your district commissioner, which will allow you to log into the online booking system and put in a registration of interest. The registration of interest just requires rough numbers from your young people and rough numbers in terms of adults. Kind of what are you expecting? Alongside that, there is a £50 non-refundable deposit, which is due with that as well. So expressions of interest close on the 16th of December, so there's quite a way until they close. When you put your expression of interest into the system, Catherine will then send you a, Catherine is our county administrator and I can see her on this call. Do you want to give us a wave, Catherine? There's Catherine. Catherine will send you an email with an invoice so that you're able to pay that £50 deposit. That £50 deposit is regardless of the number of young people that you put on your booking. So it's not linked to those numbers. It is just per group. Once we've done that in the new year, and those dates should certainly say 2023, where my mouse is here, the 1st of January 2023, we will open our final bookings process. This is the point where we do start to require accurate numbers. So expression of interest now up until December, rough numbers, in the new year, sorry, we will need accurate numbers, and we will start asking for the relevant information to come in with that, in terms of health information, etc., and also the payment of the camp fee for those attending. In terms of individual forms this time, we're very, very lucky that we have had an online system built for this event that will manage all of our bookings and the majority of our information. So all of our health information, etc., will be coming in through the online system. The only thing that we do need a paper copy of is the air rifle shooting form. So for young people who wish to take part in air rifle shooting, we need to have a physical copy of that form, and we will send that out in due course. So that's nothing to worry about until into the new year. If you need extra information about what's going on or the booking process or any of that, our website address is at the bottom. It's hidden by the logo because I've put that in the wrong place. I apologize, but it is www.challengecamp.org.uk. And that is where you can find all of the information about the event. We are, of course, updating that as soon as we've got new stuff to put on there. If you want to follow us on social media, that's another way of keeping in touch with us. That's another way of seeing what's going on. You can see our Facebook page name, our Twitter handle, and our website is reprinted there again, just in case you need that information.